Okay, so Southern Paladin, you'd made that video on like frivolous toys and stuff like that. You're kind of wondering where I was at in terms of my train set, and the answer to that is not very far. So what we got here is I got like kind of like a starter set kind of thing, HO scale. I can't remember all I got in there because I haven't set it up in a while. There's that GP model. I got a good deal on it. I want to change the body on it or get different locomotives or something because I really there was when I was a kid, the area that I grew up in, the Minnesota commercial, had those. I think that's like an EMD GP or whatever. So it'd be kind of cool to do it with the maroon and the white block letter for the Minnesota commercial. There's there's like an open top gondola in there and a caboose and stuff like that. I had a little gondola, a tanker. I got this book from a place that I used to buy some of the stuff from, and it seems like not a bad book. I got this few sections of like that flexible track along with some ballast because this has some track in it, but it's that solid track. So, and I got some track connectors, some tacks for tacking down the track. I also have some slot cars. The slot cars, I've set them up. It's been a little while. I am thinking, because they're made by Auto World, which I believe they're like part of round two or whatever. So I'm thinking they're somehow connected with the old company Aurora. And let's see here. The scale is 1/64th, which I think that's HO. I'll be honest, I was at a Hobby Lobby, found a deal on them, and scooped them up, hoping I could incorporate them into the train set. But yeah, for something that, oh, how many years have I been talking about this? I haven't got that far on it. Now the reality of it is, everything's packed up because I've moved not all that long ago. I got a small apartment. I also rent a garage space too, but that garage space is full of shit. So there's I don't know. Like I hope Southern Paladin that this was not too anticlimactic for you. But yeah, that's kind of where things are at right now. I think I actually think I got another caboose because I have this thing for like the old style caboose with the cupola on it. The cupola is a little piece that sticks out on the top. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess the only people who will be kind of watching this will be Southern Paladin, probably Reward Audacity because I got the slot cars going on, and Shafe is probably rolling his eyes right now. So yeah, with that, like I say, that's where it's at right now. I want to get like a 3/4 inch 4x8 sheet of plywood and hit it with some primer and set stuff up just to kind of mock it up and then slowly start building it as I go. And I have some ideas of kind of the areas, but we'll see how far it goes because there's a lot of things that are a higher priority for me right now. And this is a little bit lower on the priority scale. And but it is something that lives rent free in the back of my mind, and I think of some ideas every once in a while. So yeah, I could get into the different locomotives and even just some of the different not only slot car kind of stuff, because I think it would be cool to have slot cars that interacted with the train set. And I also have ideas for like what, you know, you can get like little HO scale toy cars and tractors and stuff like that in buildings, and so I have looked at a lot of that stuff and kind of what I would like to have. So there is that. Gotta say, I enjoyed that video you did with that little pickup. My I had a great uncle who, so like one of my grandpa's brothers, who had he had a 79 Ford half ton regular cab 8-foot box. His was a 2-wheel drive though, and it was brown, and his had a 460 in it. I think, as much as I love the 1970s style Ford pickups, they didn't have much power, and his was like a fucking race car, that thing. So I almost think that maybe they put the wrong engine in there or screwed up on a camshaft or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble now. You got a quick look at 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 the parts that are kind of gathered, and I've, like I said, I've taken them out. I've done some stuff with them. I haven't really had any trouble with the slot cars, but the trains, I did have trouble with them derailing. So, and I've heard that the smaller the scale you go, the more challenge that is. And when I was a kid, that Lionel scale I had, that thing, you could, it didn't derail for love or money. But this HO is a little bit more touchy. And I've heard that when you go to some of those smaller scales that they get even tougher. That's why I want to get the 3/4 inch plywood. I got the tacks. I want to have a pretty solid base where it's rigid and everything's tacked down. When I did it with the sections of solid track, I didn't actually have it tacked down, and that was probably the problem. And it was also on 1/2 inch OSB, so that's a problem. And the other problem was when I was putting them together, I was having some trouble fitting a piece together, and I took a set of dikes and I lopped off part of the track. Don't do that. That gives you trouble. I don't know how the best way to cut the track is, but I know it's not with a set of dikes. Anyhow, everyone, take care.